Hey everybody, it's Sunday, and I have a note about privacy. Not with those people, this is something different. It's a relatively new website called dirtyphonebook.com, and it's awful. It's a little bit funny, but it's pretty bad. Here's how it works. You type in a 10-digit phone number and you read the comments people have left about the person that owns that phone number. Or you can leave one yourself. You can use your name or you can be anonymous. So you just search by numbers and leave comments, and you can see what people leave about you. And this is not being used by professionals. This is not being used to connect in any way, do background checks. I mean, it's called Dirty Phone Book, and their logo is a cockroach. So with a megaphone, no less. So what you can imagine is that people are using this to say all kinds of nasty, disgusting things about everybody else on there. So type in your number and see if anything that you don't want about yourself is being put out in the open. Additionally, a lot of it probably is not true, so you may want to look into this. You know, I might be twisted, but it's a little bit funny, at least until it happens to me. So, if any of you out there is still defending Gawker, the network that owns Gizmodo, the ones who were involved with that whole iPhone 4 fiasco, yeah. So the other night, one of their unbelievably talented and professional journalists, who admittedly was under the influence of a couple of drinks, sent an email to Steve Jobs and engaged him in an argument. Apparently, this guy was feeling a little bit lonely, had a couple of drinks, and saw an iPad commercial. And it was all just more than he could bear. So he emails Jobs, and Jobs emails him back, and they go back and forth. They actually had like an argument over email about this whole thing, which I think is absolutely hilarious. And he's attacking Flash, and Jobs is attacking the fact that there's no Flash, and Jobs is defending why there isn't any, and Jobs says that the iPad keeps you free of porn, and it's just an unbelievable thing. I think it's amazing that here's this tech blogger from Gawker, the National Enquirer of the tech world, that's engaging Steve Jobs, and Steve's taking the time to argue back with this guy. And the greatest thing about it, at the very end, Steve's last thing, his last email says something along the lines of, "Have you ever created anything, or do you just criticize other people's work?" Now, while that sucks for me as a tech blogger, opinion giver, would be pundit, you know, one day in the tech elite kind of guy, that's not helpful, but it's really funny because, I mean, some of us we do try to create. We try to create sets of information that become usable to you. We try to create um, just an encapsulated message of all the things going on in the tech world and help you. We try to create decipherable ways of explaining what's happening. We create a world where you can understand what's happening in tech. Some of us try to do that. Some of us just criticize everybody else with nonsense, and half in the bag emails sent to gigantic CEOs. Unbelievable. But you know what? Kudos. Props to Steve for engaging this guy at 2 o'clock in the morning on a Friday night. Good for him. They say he answers, and here's proof. Go to Gawker.com. You can see the trail. It's actually funny and worth reading. I've been talking about the newest evil empire for a while now, as has everybody else. We all know that Facebook's in the news. We all call them evil and miserable and just a disgusting corporation. And Mark Zuckerberg is a sneak, and he's stealing your information and selling it to anybody who wants it and all those things. And yet, I'm still on Facebook. I know. It's very difficult because before the whole tech pundit thing, before the videos and the articles, I used it to connect with friends. There are people that I've spoken with on Facebook in the past year or so that I haven't spoken for the 20 before that. And it's been really, really difficult to leave. While I've been called out by some people professionally about if I'm going to, get on here and scream about it, how can I, in good conscience, continue to use it without looking like my word is not worth anything. So I've decided to leverage my personal need to keep in touch with people against my professional need to be held at my word. And here's what's going to happen. I'm going to use Facebook for 2 more weeks. I'm going to give myself an opportunity to not lose track with the people that are truly important in my life. and find new ways to interact with them outside of Facebook. And I'm going to not be I'm going to be able to be held accountable, hold my integrity accountable that I'm going to do what I say I'm going to do. So 2 weeks, I'm going to find a way to merge my two sites together maybe, or migrate away from Facebook, or just looking for a solution. That's what I'm going to do. May 31st, midnight. Facebook's gone. So there we go. That's the middle ground. So don't say I don't follow through, and understand that there is a personal need as well. So that's it. 2 weeks. And then we'll go somewhere else. I'm still around here on video though, and I'm still going to be posting on Twitter and on my website. You know what that means? It's Vig the Geek every week.